last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
You know, originally I was going to do a review of the Clone Wars Season 7. Then I thought, why? Everyone else has done that. And it's true. If you want to see a review of it, there are plenty of great reviews on it already. There's no need for me to rehash or capitalize on it. Instead, I went through my older videos. You know, when there were horrible productions, I decided to remake this one. It's one of my favorite blogs I've written. While you're here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
Do it.
And turn on your notifications to see future content when it's released.
Do it.
So with no further ado, here is... It is said that the story of Star Wars has always been about Darth Vader, his rise to becoming a Jedi, his fall to the dark side, and his redemption. It is true, the 9-film Skywalker saga revolves around Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, and the Skywalker family. However, there is another story embedded in the saga, the tragedy of Darth Maul, the Sith Apprentice who shook the foundation of the Jedi Order. We have no origin name for him, just Maul. He was a Force-sensitive Dathomirian Zabrak. He was being raised by Mother Talzin, the leader of the Dathomirian Night Sisters. Mother Talzin was a Force wielder, but used it more like magic or voodoo than an actual living Force. Darth Sidious visited her numerous times. They shared secrets. Mother Talzin was in hopes that Sidious would choose her as his first apprentice. However, he was impressed by the Force sensitivity present in Maul, one of Mother Talzin's sons. The Zabrak males were more like servants to the Night Sisters, or slaves. Darth Sidious then rescued Maul from the Night Sisters and began training him as a Sith Apprentice, while Darth Sidious himself was still an apprentice. This was breaking the rule of two, a master and an apprentice only, no more, no less. During Maul's training, he was taken to the Sith Temple at Malachor. At that site was a battle between the Jedi and the Sith. The Sith Temple in that location actually contained a super weapon that petrified all the combatants in the war, thousands of years before Maul's time. Sidious made, now titled Darth Maul, inhale the ashes of the dead Sith warriors, which remained preserved in their petrified state. This created a deep hatred inside Maul for the Jedi. In Maul's training, he was also taught to fight in the fighting style of Teras Kasi, an advanced sort of martial arts style that was quick and deliberate, filled with high-energy movements and neutralizing aggression, laden with aerobatics. This fighting style was meant for an assassin, a hunter. Darth Maul became a killing machine, an assassin worthy of his new Sith title. He became skillful at tracking his prey, hunting them down and destroying them, until Darth Sidious gave Maul his first mission. He sent him to find the missing Queen of Naboo. She had escaped the Trade Federation while they were attempting to force her into signing a deal that would legitimize the Trade Federation's occupation of her home planet. Darth Maul tracked her to the planet Tatooine. She was accompanied by a Jedi Master and his Padawan. He watched and waited for the right time to strike. However, after a short battle with the Master, Maul's prey fled and escaped. The Queen travels to Coruscant and set in motion the gears to put Sheev Palpatine, the center of the Queen's home planet of Naboo, into the office of Supreme Chancellor. She leaves, returns to Naboo, and joins the battle for her homeworld. Darth Maul is able to easily find them while the battle is waning in favor of the Gungans and Naboo security forces, as he has been waiting there for them. This time he battles the Master, Qui-Gon Jinn, and his Padawan, Obi-Wan Kenobi. The fight lasts some time, with all three participants giving it their all. Maul has the upper hand and impales Qui-Gon through his abdomen. Obi-Wan uses his anger and cuts Maul in half, sending him down an exhaust shaft. Later it is revealed that Maul didn't die. He ended up on a junk planet, crazed, and can only think of one thing: killing Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is found by his brother, Savage Opress, and brought to his right mind by Mother Talzin. He then introduces himself to the galaxy again with mechanical legs and a new purpose. He wants to be back in the favor of his former master, and he takes over a crime syndicate with the help of Mandalore's Death Watch. By taking control of Mandalore, he tells Darth Sidious that he did it in his honor. However, Sidious already has another apprentice, Darth Tyrannus, or Count Dooku. He is displeased with Maul and takes him captive to torture. He tells Maul he has been replaced and is weak as he hits him with lightning from his fingertips. He keeps Maul prisoner and allows Count Dooku the chance to insult him as well. Maul has been cast aside by his master. He has not gained favor, and there will be no return to his former Sith status. The man who saved him as a child from slavery has now abandoned him. The man who taught him to fight and to be powerful, as well as cunning, will no longer train him. In all reality, Darth Maul was nothing more than an assassin for Sidious, and is once again known as Maul. He was not favored at all. He was used for his special blend of force and fighting abilities, and was tortured and thrown away. When he finally finds Obi-Wan Kenobi in exile on Tatooine is 17 years after the Jedi Purge. Maul engages Kenobi for one more shot at revenge. Kenobi cuts him down quickly. As he takes his last breath in Kenobi's arms, he comes to terms with who he is. He is alone. He has passed, and his former master, Darth Sidious, probably didn't even know, and he sure would not have cared. Darth Maul was the apprentice that Darth Sidious needed at the time. He was meant to distract the Jedi, while Sidious, known as Palpatine, won the election and became Supreme Chancellor. What began as a premise to have revenge on the Jedi for what happened at Malachor ended up as a lie. He would never get that revenge. Maul's heart was consumed with hate. His sole purpose of surviving was revenge. Revenge on the Jedi, revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and later, revenge on the Sith for discarding him. He was a villain deep down, but I couldn't help but feel bad for him at times, especially when he met his end in the arms of Obi-Wan Kenobi. This time they fought. Obi-Wan did not use his anger to defeat Maul, but when Maul was defeated, he had compassion. Both had been in the same way at the end, exiled from their ways of life, lifelong enemies with common ground. Darth Sidious brought them down and ensured they did not get back up. However tragic this story is, it is the way of the Sith, two at all times, no more, no less. Darth Sidious had different apprentices for different times as per what his needs were. He needed Maul to get the ball rolling. He needed Maul to shake the foundation of the Jedi Council, who thought the Sith were destroyed 1,000 generations prior. Maul threw the Jedi off balance, took them away from the comfort of a light-side galaxy, showed them their complacency was making them weak. By this point, it was too late. Darth Maul was the first apprentice of Darth Sidious to be thrown away as he achieved his political goals, but he wasn't the last. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Since you're still here, I take it you did like it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Do it.
And turn on the notification bell.
Do it.
And hit the thumbs up to support the content.
Do it.
Also, leave a comment below and let's talk some Star Wars. May the Force be with you, always.
Tell me, is it the chosen one?
He is.
He will avenge us.